there is a mass burning. So the objections of the residents is that this is not a place to have an industry or a plant which is polluting toxic materials to the level of dioxins and furans, which are not only harmful, they can be so dangerous that the next generation can really be in a big trouble.
But the judge is not letting them go. He's insisting that they explain how they came to violate the master plan and why they don't have fresh environmental clearance. Sukhdev Vihar is a place which is inhabited mostly by professionals. Some of the people who lived here were actually power engineers. This area is full of doctors, nurses, people who are concerned with healthcare. So they were the first to raise this alarm, along with the power engineers. And they came to know that there was going to be a waste to energy plant being set up here. Waste to energy plants are inherently very dirty industries.
When we see this map here, it clearly indicates that this portion is where the plant is, and this whole green area is meant for city park, district park and community parks. This area was meant for having a children park. Now children cannot even stay in this colony also. So the objections of the residents is that this is not a place to have an industry or a plant which is polluting toxic materials to the level of dioxins and furans. Dioxin and furans are those materials, they are considered to be the most toxic materials ever found by the scientists, and they basically do not degrade. they stay in the atmosphere, they go to water, they come back into our food, and it has a cycle of its own. These are those gases which were used by the Japanese during the Second World War for mass killing of the people.
In Delhi, if you put up incinerators, they're going to put up a number of incinerators. That's going to pollute the air. What you're really doing is you are setting fire to waste, large amounts of waste. There's something like 10,000 tons of waste produced every day. Now, if you're going to incinerate that, it's not like burning oil or coal, which are all approved fuels, recognized as fuels. You will end up creating landfills in the sky, and you'll be breathing it. You will become the landfill. That's what is going on. Now, what we then did was that because we are a peaceful community, we went about resisting it in a very peaceful way. We took recourse to the courts. We went to the Delhi High Court and filed a public interest litigation. This was in 2009, as far back as 6 years ago. We found it very difficult. We found a whole nexus of people who had come together, of businessmen, politicians, bureaucrats, who are actually helping each other to get this plant up. Now, the PIL is still unresolved. At some point in time, the Delhi High Court moved it to the National Green Tribunal, the NGT, which hears environmental cases. Now the NGT has come down to two substantive issues now. One is the violation of the master plan, and the other one is the environmental clearance. How did this plant come to be located on this green belt? This is the question before the National Green Tribunal now.
हम लोग जब प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे और इस चीज़ के लिए बहुत लोगों को इकट्ठा कर रहे थे, तो बहुत सारे लोगों से हम लोगों को ये सुनने मिला कि इससे हमारा क्या नुकसान होगा। हम लोग सिर्फ उनको एक ही चीज़ बोलते थे कि आप सिर्फ एक दिन के लिए सफ़र कर रहे हैं, हम लोगों को सांसें लेना मुश्किल हो रहा है, हम सांस कब तक बंद कर सकते हैं? सांस तो कोई नहीं बंद करेगा ना, तो हम सांस तक बंद कर रहे हैं। ये रुकना चाहिए, हर हालत में रुकना चाहिए। इतने सारे लोगों की ज़िंदगी है यहाँ पर।
And we have calculated that if we stop this plant, at least 15,000 vehicles, it is equivalent to the 50,000 vehicles pollutions being generated by our cars.
एक साथ सारे प्लांट यहीं पर लगा दिए गए। हम लोग हमेशा सुखदेव यार, RWS और एंटायर इलाके की यहाँ के RWS गवर्नमेंट से रिक्वेस्ट कर रही है कि इसको यहाँ से हटा दिया जाए। ये हम लोगों की लाइफ को जो है ना इतना पजट कर रही है कि कुछ दिनों के बाद यहाँ के आदमी जो है ना इंसान नज़र नहीं आएंगे, भूत की शक्ल में चलते फिरते हड्डी के स्केलेटल।